everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The race is on for playoff spots, and a look now on how things are shaping up in the NFC. These teams battling for the best possible seeds as we head toward Wild Card Weekend. Should be an exciting finish to the regular season. It's the Bears going up against the Lions. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a man in his 11th season already as an NFL quarterback. Out of the University of Utah, that's Alex Smith.
Alex Smith is one of my favorite quarterbacks, and I don't mind admitting it. And it's mainly for his perseverance. When you go from the high of being the #1 pick in the entire draft to everyone calling you a bust, to resurrecting your career first in San Francisco and then in Kansas City, he's one of my favorites. I think he can play.
They'll come out in the pistol. They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? Wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Here's Smith now on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. Smith. He's got time. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else. End up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, I'll worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
To throw on second down is Smith. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They come up in an offset eye. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Again, it's Miller. And he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
We saw in 2015 Mark Barron really emerge in the NFL.
Yeah, as a defensive back, 16 tackles for a loss. But now, how about where he's at now? Yeah, truthfully, he's no longer a defensive back. He's really an outside linebacker, but he doesn't want to hear that. So his coach tells him, you're a defensive back. Just play over here. That's all. To throw, Mariota. Gets it to Gordon. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
I heard so much about the offense Marcus Mariota ran while he was at Oregon, about how people were just wide open, how he couldn't fail to hit them. But I always said the same thing. He sure as heck didn't miss them very often. Very accurate even on short throws.
Yeah, he can go short, he can go deep, obviously, but he's really good with that short passing game.
Dart thrower, very accurate. Receivers love him.
And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Charles, on the slant, you always need good ball placement. They got it there.
Brandon, the quarterback, put it in the exact perfect spot, right to the upfield shoulder of the receiver, and he used his body to keep the defender away.
Here's Mariota. That's complete. It's Gordon. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
They'll throw again. Mariota. And Jones has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. It's a safety run. Parker there to make the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Lamar Miller. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Mariota now setting up the screen for Miller. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 0-0 our score. We're back to the Motor City after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's... They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Lamar Miller, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Bears are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. A 10-play drive that time. And Lamar Miller caps it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
On second down, here's Smith. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders. Touchdown, Detroit. Emmanuel Sanders, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, here's C.J. Spiller.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about it.
And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
All right, partner, let's go back over the last couple of plays. Sack, loss of yards on a running play. Not exactly the sequence that an offensive coordinator gets comfortable with when calling plays.
Third and long here for Mariota. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver when the ball arrives. Got there a little bit early on that one.
Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
A good pickup there, a 22.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because it's almost always...
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Jermaine Gresham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but when they do it...
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on 2nd. From the gun, here's Smith. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
He's got time in the pocket, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Dustin Colquitt on to punt for KC. He's got a dad, a brother, and an uncle that have all punted in the NFL. Fielded at the 33. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
2nd down now after the incompletion.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space. Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. They'll run it now out of the gun. Stays on his feet. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Chicago. Lamar Miller, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try to up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
Love the effort, love the dramatics, getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there, almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. Now Smith, it's caught outright, Amendola. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. To throw is Smith. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Sanders has it over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Smith throwing again. His throw incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference on the defense. Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On first down, Smith. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. From the red zone now, Smith. He goes underneath to Freeman. Fights up. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Again, Smith. That's caught at the 1. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Devontae Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Spiller, the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. 3rd down now following the run. On 3rd down, Mariota. Caught right side, Gresham. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rap.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Underneath for Miller. And he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. First down, Mariota. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. It's a gain of 24 that time. And the Bears are going to get a first. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. They come out here in the I. final play of the half here. Mariota. That's caught at the 2. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Julio Jones. As time expires in the first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Lions looked great last week, but haven't been as steady today. The Bears have to be commended for playing a really good first half. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. Now early in the first quarter. Here the throw is hurried and picked off. Godfrey's the...
And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll run with Miller. Lamar Miller, the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and it's got him in the lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Bears defense as they head out to set up shop now. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger-pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. Three yards to go here on second down. They run, Devontae Freeman. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll look to set up his blockers. 12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that's caught inside the 35. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Working out of the gun. Mariota gets it to Gordon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Throw it, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mark Barron in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
And they'll run for it with Miller. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Left side here to Sanders. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold it.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. This is Miller. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On third down, Miller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Back to the air, Smith on second down. And he comes back with one complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here's Smith. And caught left side, Olsen. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Newly re-signed Mark Barron, the Rams' leading tackler in St. Louis last year, in on the stop. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Mariota now from the 50s. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll run. It's Miller. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Lamar Miller stops short of the sticks. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Still first down.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Wide open receiver complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
On first down, Smith. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the gun, here's Smith. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It's the rookie from UCLA, Miles Jack, in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
4th quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
It'll be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And this is caught. It's Cooper. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Smith. Finding time. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, did the Lions get it? Yes, they recovered. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offside. Defense. Still first down.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. From the 50, it's Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Only 2 yards on the completion. It's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On second down, here's Smith. And he's going to go down way back at the 42-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing on third down, Smith. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On first and 10, Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Miles Jack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Here's Smith now on second down. And Olsen over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Let's discuss now this performance as it relates to the last one. You know, a week ago, and we saw it. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now it's Miller running right. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. 10 yards still left on second down. In motion comes the tight end left. On second down, here's Miller. And he's got some space here. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Into the fourth quarter now. The offense has got to feel like they've imposed their will and kind of taken the life out of the defense. And you can see it from the perspective of the guy carrying the football. Those holes have to look huge, similar to a great hitter. Seeing a ball come into the plate and he's in the zone. The ball looks...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. And the pitch goes to Miller. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. Give him 6 on the play, and the Lions will take over. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams